Hello everyone, welcome back to Last Call BBS. We learned how to play 20th Century Food Court yesterday. The first two levels, very easy. The second level, I really struggled to understand what I was supposed to do. Let's boot up the old modem here to grab the next game. And I think I will show you all the games, even the ones that I don't think I ever want to play. Just to oh, I have to connect. Oh my god. We could have been dialing the modem this whole time. And I noticed there is an add server button, so you can create your own dial-up servers with a little JavaScript. Okay, I don't want to do that. So Steed Force Hobby Studio looks, I do not want it at all. And Kabufuda Solitaire I also don't really want. But we'll look at them briefly and then play some Solitaire. So go ahead and download this. You don't have to be a fan of the Steel Force TV show or even know what it is to enjoy the model building simulator toy. Snap pieces together and paint them with different colors. Fix decals if you want. Have fun. There's no particular goal here apart from getting to play with cool robots without needing to spend hundreds of dollars to import the real deal. So we'll download that and we'll go play some Solitaire. Why Solitaire? I don't know. I like the Dungeons and Diagrams more, but this is shorter. Maybe? I don't know. I'm bad enough. Maybe it's not. So this is a great start, obviously. This can go here, here, here. Okay. Moving on. Maybe I'll become a Solitaire expert after all this. Oh, this 9 is almost usable. Would it help if I did that? Because I could put the 7 here and then grab the 9. Or the 3-2 here. Put the Jack 10 on top of the Queen, get access to a red 10, put it here, get a red 4. That does seem good. Because then I'll get these back. Okay. I've already forgotten what I was doing. This? Well, that seems good whether or not it was what I wanted to do. Ta-da! So I can move this king and get access to a red 8, but I can't use a red 8 right now. I can put these guys here. And suddenly a red 8 is looking pretty hot, isn't it? Because I could put the 7 on top of it and then put the 9 over here. So yeah, you guys go over there. Oh, the 2 can go here, of course. King, Queen, Jack can come off and we don't lose a space. This goes all the way up to a black 7, huh? Ah, I have another space here as well. Very good. This game's going great. So I could lift these 7s and get a red 9, which I could put here. Doesn't seem that great. Does it? Actually, maybe it is. Yeah, I think I will do that because I get this stack piled up higher then. So 9 here, 6 here. So I went from having 1 free space to having 2, but I accomplished some stuff in the meantime. I don't know what to do with all this. A red 8 would be pretty nice. Don't think I can do anything with that. Not with that either. Okay. That might have been useful. Black 5? Not looking too hot, but I have 2 spaces to work with. Surely I can do something with that. Yeah, I could uncover this ace, right? Put the 7 into a slot here. put the jack into a slot, open up the ace. That seems worth doing. Would a black queen be helpful? No. Oh, there's that red 8 I wanted. Do I still want it? Yes, but I can't have it because if I pull the red 9 down, there's nowhere to put this red 8. Here's a black 8, red 7. It's probably better to open an empty space, right? I guess I don't know. I guess I can do both. It's fine because I get an empty space back anyway. I don't think the rest of this is doing anything. We're so close to just winning, aren't we? Like, the entire board is in order. I just need to, like, draw low cards from here instead of high cards. Red 6. Is a black 8 any good? Yeah, it's free. This is free. This is free. Now I finally have somewhere to put... Oh yeah, this is great. Put all this stuff. You want to go here. Oh, I guess we just win? Okay. Still undefeated. And we have... Can I move stuff around? I guess I can't. Steed Force Hobby Studio. So... Oh my gosh, listen to that music. One of my coworkers used to enjoy this robot cartoon show called Steed Force, which he first saw on TV growing up in Brazil. Later, he had the idea it'd be fun to build some of the models with his son, but importing the kits from Japan was impossible unless you were willing to pay crazy amounts of money to have someone there ship them to you. This was before you could just order whatever you wanted on the computer. But instead, he made something just as cool, or maybe even better, a complete model building simulator based on the show. So there's like these 3, I guess. There's somewhere you could do more. Oh, view tips. So, I don't know, whatever. Browse collection, I think that's where we are now. So you can pick any one of these 3 model dudes. I don't know, this one looks cool. And then it comes with all the little plastic pieces and you can, how do I open the tools? Tab? Oh, the manual is on space, huh? Oh, I see, yes. So this is instructions on how to put together your thing, and you grab your little, hey. You grab your little this stuff and you can snip all the pieces out. And when you're done doing... Hello? When you're done doing an entire row of these things, you get the actual pieces. We'll open one of these, I guess. But I'm not going to paint all this shit. I'm not really into model painting at all. But if you are, this is simulated model painting, I guess. Yeah, so it all goes away, and then you have all these pieces. And you've got, like... I don't know what the heck pin wash is. Is it like an eraser? If you have 6 different colors. So I think I could, like, I can spray pieces before putting them together if I want, yeah. So it's a really wide spray paint, so you notice we got some on the other piece there. Does that wash it, or? I do not know what pin wash means. I think what you're supposed to do if you're like good at this game is you're supposed to put Scotch tape over the stuff you don't want to get painted. Like, for example, I think it's traditional usually to put the pieces all together before you paint stuff, but maybe not. I don't know. But let's say I wanted to paint this in a particular way, or paint the one next to it, but I don't want to get this one. Let's make sure it's totally covered. And now, even if I'm sloppy with the red, I only end up painting this piece. How do I delete Scotch tape? Oh, what is W? Is that an eraser? No, it seems like it just cleans up tape. So see, even though we were sloppy, this is still pristine. Anyway, this does not interest me one bit. But you can like go through all this shit and read the manual and figure out what piece is going to what and plug them together and paint it. So we have 7 minutes. Let's play some Dungeons and Diagrams. The Promenade. So we know these are all open. So is this. These are monsters. They have to be in dead ends. These all have to be walls. So does this. These all have to be open, which means that this is part of the treasure room, and furthermore means the entrance to the treasure room must be along this row, right? Because it connects up to some stuff that's definitely not part. So we know that this is part of the treasure room and not part of the entrance, I guess. Could this area not be part of the treasure room? No. Okay. Well, there's some easier stuff. There can't be any 2x2s here. So now we can prove that this is easily part of the treasure room. And the treasure room already has an entrance, so we can wall everything else off. This can't make a 2x2. Now this row is finished. Well, this certainly can't be the only wall, because there'd be a dead end there. And neither can this, because this column is done. Okay. Oh, this is all open, so I guess this is all closed? Yeah, very easy. This all has to be walls. That's open. Which means these guys are all walled in. That's a room you wouldn't want to walk into, huh? There's two walls in this column, which could be both of these or just one of them. Oh, how about this 4? There's only 5 spaces. No, but there's 2 more walls to put down, right? Well, this can't be a wall, because then this would be a dead end. Could this be a wall? Maybe. Okay, well, we know this bottom floor is this row rather is definitely part of the treasure room because there's only 2 walls here. So this has to be part of the treasure room as well. And therefore the treasure room must be going up, so these are part of the treasure room. And now to fill in this row, we need those. Okay, and that fixes the shape of the treasure room, but we don't know where the wall is, or the door is yet. But this row needs all 4 walls. Now we need the 2 walls here for this guy. That's got to be a wall. This whole area is done. That has to be a wall. That has to let you out. This could be open, couldn't it? Yeah. So 3 more walls in here and in here. There's only one more wall on this side, which means there has to be an open space next to this guy over here, and another open space here as well. So that's a wall. If this is open, what does that tell me? Well, this can't be a wall, because this would be closed off. And if these are both open, this has to be a wall, otherwise it'd be a 2x2, so that has to let out. And now we finished this column, so that has to be a wall. And there's room for one more wall in this row, which has to be one of these two to make an entrance to the treasure room. So this has to be open. Now this can no longer be open. It would either lead to a dead end or a 2x2. There's one more wall here. It can't be this one. I think it could be either of the other two. Oh, this 4 we can finish. Okay, there we go. This is clear because of the row, so that's the wall and that's the wall. Alright, you think we can get through a game in 1 minute? Probably not. Not a lot of stuff going on here. The false maze of the Minotaur, huh? The false maze. Who knows what that means? So this is the treasure room, and it has to be like that, right? There's no other way it could contain all 3 of these spaces. That has to be a wall because of 2x2 reasons, likewise here. This also has to be a wall, because if it were open, this space would be stuck. This is all filled in, or the opposite of filled in, really. If this is part of the treasure room, this has to be part of the treasure room as well. And as we've talked about before, when there's a 1 intersecting with the treasure room, you know the entrance to the treasure room has to be along that row. Because you have to build at least... No, that's not true. Because the treasure room could reach the wall, right? We could have this, for example, right? What the heck is this? Oh, just the same. Okay. Well, we can start our next download, I guess. How do I go back? X. And I'm going to skip Kabufuda Solitaire as well, which is basically like Free Cell. I'm not really a fan of either software game, but let's download The Forbidden Path. Grow weird flesh sculptures in order to escape death. I don't think many people played this game when it came out. The ideas and presentation are pretty out there. Honestly, though, it's worth the experience, even if it's a little hard to figure out. Lots of folks are scared by the idea that they might not be around forever. Are you? How far would you go in the quest for immortality? So let's start that download. 3 minutes. Okay. Can we tell anything about this tile? Would it be weird if it were open somehow? Not really. Ah, this guy. Yes, this column is important. There's 2 walls left in this column, which means only 1 left, which means one of these has to be open. And so we can do all this. And that tells us the treasure room... I mean, the treasure room doesn't necessarily have to go up this high, based on just this information. You could imagine, if we had different clues to the puzzle, the treasure room being shaped like this, where this guy were blocked off, and this being the entrance to it. But obviously, because of this guy and all these other things, that can't be the case. This can't be the entrance to the treasure room. It has to be part of the treasure room. Okay. Well, this can't be a wall. That would be a problem here. And this can't be a wall, because that would be a problem here. This can't be a wall. Okay, so we boxed this guy in. This has to finish the wall off. Let me go... Wait, this is broken. The treasure room has too many entrances. But I wanted to double check the rules. Was there something about there having to be a single branching path with no loops? I don't think so. Okay, but we screwed things up here somehow, right? This is impossible. There's too many entries into the treasure room. So let's try that again. So we know all this stuff. Great. Was I wrong when I said... Did I even say that this all has to be part of the treasure room? Is that true? What the heck is the shape of this treasure room? This is bonkers, right? Like... How do you avoid there being 2 entrances? I think the treasure room has to be in the corner, because let's say you did something else, and you tried to make the treasure room like this or something. Then there would be 2 entrances in, and that's just not allowed. So I think, in order for this not to count as an entrance, it has to be part of the treasure room. So we can say that, and then this is the entrance. Okay, I think that was the right place to start from to begin with. This can't be a wall, because it'd be a dead end here. This has to be a wall, so it's not a 2x2. And also because we have to finish the column. Now, the same thing we said about this guy is still true. He has to have an open space in one of these 2, which means these both have to be walls. Fuck you. What did I do wrong this time? Oops. Why am I not allowed to reset solution? Oh, I'm on the wrong level. Okay, so this is all part of the treasure room. Great. Now, where is the treasure room? Where does it, like, live? I think it has to live in the exact corner, right? Because there's just no way otherwise to prevent this from being a 2-part entry, right? You can't separate. You can't stop these, like, 2 edges from being able to reach each other. And they're not allowed to reach each other through a treasure room. So they can't be on opposite sides of a treasure room. Therefore, one of them is inside the treasure room and one is out. Obviously, this one's not in the treasure room, so this one is. So if we have treasure here, that's part of a treasure room here. I think it really is the case. Ah! I didn't have to put this in. That was what's wrong. This is enough to make it a treasure room. I see. And now, by the way, we actually know which of these this guy is. I don't know how I missed that last time. I don't know why it doesn't always turn on when I click there. Oh, I think there's something wrong with my mouse. I think it sometimes sends 2 double clicks when I two right clicks when I right click. Some games that's not a problem, and in some games it is. Okay, anyway, this is all... Ah! That's all open. This can't be a wall because then this would be a problem. This has to be a wall. Oh, this column's done as well. Alright, so I found that the treasure room includes these 3 tiles. Oh, that has to... Did I screw this up again? Let's back up to like a relatively known good state, right? Let's back up all the way to here. I think this is pretty airtight. That can't be a wall. This guy is surrounded. This all has to be walls. I think this is pretty airtight. This can't be a wall. Oh, I think I made it a wall last time. It can't be a wall because then this would be a problem. We have to do that. This has to go through... The treasure room, I'm pretty sure has to include like these 3 squares, right? There's no other shape that works. Because it has to... Well, it certainly has to include here. It has to go up as well. I think it has to include these squares because these can't all be the entrance. So yeah, this is the treasure room. This can't be the only wall. That would be a problem here. Oh, also this whole column is done. Oh. I don't have room for 4 walls here. What is wrong with me? Oh, also the treasure room looks like a nightmare. What the hell? It reaches all the way down here somehow. Reset again. We're still pretty sure this is all true. I haven't seen anything yet that makes me believe that's wrong. I mean, maybe this false conclusion is what's screwing up the entire rest of the puzzle, but I don't think so. Oh, what am I doing? I said this has to be open? It's obviously wrong. It has to be a wall. Okay, now the treasure room makes sense. So we know 2 of these are walls and the other one is the opening, which means this is the 4th wall for this column, finishing this area off. These both have to be walls or there'd be 2x2s in the corner. Yeah, it's definitely a mouse problem. These both have to be filled. Okay, thank God. I had a lot more trouble with that puzzle. All right, so let's check out Hugspug. Element 1. Accept no imitations. The original and best. Got you much? Obscuros Zeta Block Gassed? This crew won't be stopped. Can you keep up? And Kidu, ha ha ha. Oh, very good. Alright. So now joining our library of high quality wares. Okay, sure, whatever. So this is some kind of like finite automaton game, as far as I could tell from the, glances I got at it. Copyright 1992 is what that said? That can't be right. The 90s were just like a couple years ago, right? Pilgrim who seeks the forbidden path, do not be afraid, all will be revealed. You have suffered much to come here. The fear of death has compelled you. Like, you can get the reader, but I'm not going to. Now you will build the immortal body. Now you will work the immortal flesh. Okay, I will begin. So this game, I believe, comes with no instructions. You're just meant to like figure out what it all means. What does it say over here? Grow the seed into this. What do these do? I think, oh right, these are like, well, whatever, I don't know exactly. So you get these like, you can click here, you get a number of these like panels. And so, target seed? Ignore? Specialize. So this turns into that. That's fine. I mean, I know a solution to this level, but I'm trying to get the hang of what the heck all this means. Divide. So, like, we can say ignore. So don't do anything in that case. Or go left. Or go up. Or go right. And so, oh, this is where you start, huh? Right. So we've entered now a rule which says, if you are the seed, then spread the seed to the right. And if I additionally add a rule and say, if you are the seed, then spread the cell to the left. And notice in between here and here, it only spread to the right. It applies, I think, the first matching rule it can find. So in fact, all right, this is fine, but can I move this? I think I want spreading down to be first priority because getting down here looks a little tough. And so now you can see we say, oh, I'll spread left. Oh, I'll spread right. And then this guy says, wait a minute, I can spread down. Oh my gosh. So he goes down and then down. And then these two both fork off to go right and left in the next time stage. And we just need a couple more rules. Now, what order does this happen in? So this is a higher priority than this one because it spread left first. So it goes here, here, like this. This is the priority order of the rules you're setting, I think. So then if we need to spread up, right? Yeah, and so this fills the entire space, but it fills it out of the seed material. We're supposed to fill it out of skin. And so what we should do is say, lastly, if there's no way to spread, just turn yourself into skin. No, wait. Specialize yourself into skin. Oh, gross. Right? I think we completed this, right? Do I say done? Is there like a... Okay, I clicked on something and this happened. The Forbidden Path. This is a weird one. By a strange set of circumstances, I met this guy named Tanner, who'd been a movie producer in Hollywood. Even though he was pretty high up in the film world, he was completely convinced that interactive media was the future, so he wanted to get into computer games. He'd call me wanting to know what the new Sawayamas could do on a technical level. I think he appreciated the way I explained it, or at least tried to explain it, even when he asked about virtual reality or ray tracing or whatever other sci-fi buzzwords he'd heard. So we did that level successfully, and now there's this level. Where... Yeah. So I think this is fine. We say... So now, like, if we first try to spread up... If we can't do that, we try to spread down. If none of that works, try spreading left. If you can't do any of that, you'd better go to the right. And notice it's not just that we filled in all of these spaces, the kind of path you took to get there is also tracked. So if we were careless and said, oh, try going left first, and then if you can, go up, which we can actually demonstrate, right? So notice it's kind of shaped wrong here. Because after this guy spread left, this one came down to here before this guy could spread into it. So the order matters. And then we can say, all right, if you are seed, then specialize into this kind of goopy flesh. But it wants even a weirder kind of flesh. Specialize, no. If you are this flesh, specialize into the next kind of flesh, which is, I don't know, muscle or something. How do I say I'm done? Oh, that button there, okay. I clicked on a lot of just that stuff at random after the first puzzle, and I wasn't sure what I had done that caused me to be marked finished. Okay. So, this is a puzzle that I think you can make mistakes on. And this is like the last one I saw the solution to. And I thought I didn't... So something I haven't really worked out yet is like, what's the deal... Like, I thought... Ignore? No. Because the problem that you end up having... Say you solve this in the obvious way we've been doing before. Try spreading up. Then if you can't do that, spread down. And then... Oh, order. After that, try specializing into bone. And if that succeeds, then specialize into weirder bone, right? Oh, I messed this up. This is supposed to be if you were seed. Then turn into weird bone. And here, if you were already weird bone, turn into weirder bone. Yes. The problem is this goes too high. You were only supposed to make 4 blocks, right? And I thought when I was watching this that the answer was going to be, well, don't spread up if there's anything beneath you, is kind of what I had in mind. Spread up once, and then the first guy would say, oh, should I spread up? No, there's something beneath me. Because we have this whole grid. And it seems to me you ought to be able to say... like, based on what's near you, spread around. Maybe we haven't unlocked that ability yet? I don't know. What does this button do? Nothing? So if I say ignore, then it doesn't follow that rule, and that sure, whatever. So the answer, I believe, is to say don't start here. Start at the top, and then you only spread downwards. And so we don't even need this rule. How do I delete rule? Like that, I guess? So this is kind of the most compact solution, I think. So are there only 15 levels, or is this... I don't know. I mean, it's an anthology. The puzzle games are... Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? The games are all kind of shorter. The forbidden path is the way of the flesh. The way to immortality is the way of the flesh. Seems like a contradiction. You must not falter in your resolve. Remember the fear of death that led you here. So I'm building immortality for myself. You must not turn away from the truth. Remember the desire to exist that led you here. Okay. Anyway, I guess it wouldn't be a shock if there were only 15 puzzles. They are short anthologies. Or items in the anthology. It seems like this would be I would have thought 30 puzzles, but I don't know. I guess 15 is a lot. Okay, so here... we just have to spread out as wide as we can, I think. And then turn into this stuff, right? Ah, we have a second row now. Right. So let's say I wanted to start here. Let's prioritize spreading left. Is there a way to just say next? Can I, like, without having to go back to the main page and then click here? I guess not. If you can't spread left, then spread right. Neither of those is the case. Try going... Actually, is this the most efficient way to start? I don't think it matters. We don't need to worry about efficiency anyway. So we need to go up or down. I don't think it matters very much which. And so we have these die and fuse buttons, which I think are, at least the die should be relatively... So let's say if you can't do any of these things, then die. Yeah, so this is bad, but it's a thing we could do. And let's just trace it through to make sense. Make sure it makes sense. We get through all these, spreading right or left first, and then here, this one can't spread... We double here because this guy can't spread right, so he goes left, but this guy can spread right, so he goes right. We get all this. And then each of the nodes we have can go up or down, so it does that. These two, though, can't do anything, so they choose to die off because that's what I told them to do. Now, that's not what I actually want. But I just wanted to make sure I understand how die works, and it does work in sort of the obvious way. And it seems, by the way, like you could do some really complicated stuff already with the tools that we have. Dying makes like everything so much more complicated, I think. We're not being asked to use it in this puzzle, though. The other thing we learned is fuse. So if instead of dying, you... Yeah, see right here. This looks like it fused with the piece on its left. This piece didn't fuse, though, because it still wanted to keep going down, I think. Oh, no, yeah, right. These two fused together. But this one didn't fuse with its lefty because it was spreading down. And then after that, it fused. So... if I were to say, like... So I think fusing is basically the same as saying, like, when you spread, the two pieces that you spread from are automatically fused along that path. When you fuse, you're adding a link between two things that one is not the ancestor of the other. So I think if here I just say fuse left, Sorry, fuse right. Because we're already fusing left. Or wait, does this make sense? What if I fused up? This doesn't accomplish anything, yeah, so... Why is it? Oh, I see. I don't need this extra rule at all to get to the right end state. But it gets me there faster, because this fuse happens when this guy is bored, even though, like on this turn, right? This guy has nothing to do, so he fuses to the right. Whereas this guy would put it off for a turn going down if he wanted. This finishes a little faster, but isn't ultimately important. So then we can just say, specialize into, what is this, by the way? Skin. And lastly, if you're already skin, turn into hairy skin? So we made skin, muscle, and bone. Then we made skin again. Are we going to make more muscle? Ah, yes. This is the last puzzle that I saw some of, and it was not obvious to me what to do here. And then I was like, you know what? I better buy this game. Because this is the first time we're being asked to make two different materials, right? And is this bone that we want? It is, right? There's flesh under it. Can't tell what kind of flesh this is. An organ, maybe? The flesh is clearly all fused together. I think the bone is not fused to the flesh, probably? Maybe? Hard to tell. But how do we even do this? Did we get any new tools yet? No, I think we just have dye. Oh, metal? What the hell? Okay, but it's not clickable. It doesn't do anything. Oh, what are these buttons? WASD is doing something here. Ooh. Ah. This is how you can control the context, I think. Let me go back to the last level. Was that a tool I had before? It wasn't. Okay. Exit level, yes. So now I can't turn into metal, but I can say behave differently according to the context, i.e. how much metal is near you. I think. Ah, and ignore means ignore this square. Do the same thing regardless. So if I wanted to... Oh, really? Why am I only allowed to put one piece of metal in the rules? Also, why can't I press the down arrow? Huh. Okay, well, fine. I guess we're only allowed one metal, which is fine, because that's all I need, but I don't totally understand it yet. Am I allowed to put, let's say I want to say if there's metal below you... Actually, I don't think I need to. Alright, so let's start here. Or actually, I guess here is fine. And don't use this rule yet. I'm not ready for this. So ignore this space. If you can spread right, then do that. If you can spread left, do that. I want all these spaces to turn into flesh, so I can just say, if you can spread up, do that. Great. And I think I want all this stuff to fuse to itself, right? So I can say, if you can fuse left, do that. And I think I might as well say, if you can fuse right, do that. That'll get us fused a bit faster, maybe. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, no, don't die. Yeah, because look, this... We end up spreading up an entire row at a time, so it all goes as fast as possible. Okay. So then we can say... We can start deciding what to specialize into. We can say, if there is metal beneath you, then seed should turn into... Oh, this isn't bone. This is... Oh, this is all flesh? I don't totally understand that. Okay, so maybe then I want to ignore that and just say, if you tried all of that stuff. Oh, whoops, ignore. If you tried all the moving around that you could, just... Oh, no, we do need to be careful, because this is one... No. We all have to specialize into this flesh, right? I think? Yeah, so now it turns into this kind of gross flesh here, from which we can choose either this or this, I think. So 2 more fusion, or... So if you are already this flesh, and there is metal under you, then you should specialize to this flesh. Whereas, otherwise, if you are this flesh, you should specialize to this one? Ugh, gross. Okay, that looks good. Right? We did it. Ooh. Unlikely acquaintance. I thought this is the first time we've gotten far enough in a puzzle that it said something else to me, isn't it? I thought it would die down, but Tanner called me even more as he put together the game studio. He'd call late at night, not a care in the world about the time difference or long distance charges from Los Angeles to Kansas City. I don't know what he saw in me that made him want to bounce ideas off me, but he did, constantly. I mean, it was fun. He had a way of catching you up in his creative energy. He said once he got Inner Sanctum off the ground, I had a standing invitation to move out there and direct a game. I'm not quite sure I believed it. So we'll do this one more, hopefully. End the video at a reasonable time still. I thought it would be nice to have a column complete. So what's happening here? Ooh, a lot going on, huh? Is this like a hand or something? Oh, we've got a new kind of thing here. Or no, that's just bone, isn't it? Yeah. Metal. Okay, so if you're a seed... I guess that's saying if there's any seed below you versus not any seed below you, or you could talk about the metal, I guess. But for some reason you're only allowed to look in one direction for metal. I don't understand that. You're only allowed one bit of context, maybe? Regardless of whether you're looking at, like... Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So what's the plan of attack here? And are these things fusing into the metal somehow? Is that allowed? I can't tell. Where do we even start? Here? That doesn't seem right. I think this is going to be a hard puzzle. I think we have to start in one of the corners. And basically, like, try spreading left first. And then if you fail to spread left and there's no metal to the left of you, then it's okay to spread down? But that's not quite true either. That'll get the top corner. But then when we go here, we'll try spreading left. And we'll get here. That'll be fine. And then this guy will go left while this guy goes down. And then there'll be a fight over this space, won't there? Who wins? I don't know. And how do I even specialize into bone at that point? This is a weird one. Could I start from here? I don't think so. Just seems even harder. I guess maybe it makes sense to start from the center here, actually. Because then you can kind of like spread up and then spread down and have both of these going at the same time. And kind of block them by spreading left yourself as well. But if we make spreading up our top priority, then we kind of risk this guy spreading up here, don't we? I don't know. Let's try starting out here and just see how that's going to look. So first, if you can, go up. If you can't, go down. Where's down? There it is. If none of those apply, then go left. Left. Oh, this ends up making the shape I wanted. Okay, why? Now, we still have the problem of converting it into the right kind of stuff, and maybe doing that will involve not having these same rules in place, but it's nice to see that at least this doesn't totally conflict. So where did I think there would be a problem? About here, right? I thought this cell... No? So I guess here, right? Since I said you should prefer to go up or down before you can go left, why does this not get in the way down here? Why does this guy win the race? He's using a lower priority rule, right? Now I get that, like, these two nodes here are evaluating independently. Oh, they're using the same rule. But why? Why isn't this one choosing to spread down? What if I swap these? That makes a big old mess. So is it possible that I'm wrong about the order stuff happens in? How would I confirm that theory? That things are ordered like this. I mean, I guess the question is, after going down, which of these two rules are followed first? Going up or going left from this node? It's going left. So it must be this one is chosen first. So I don't really understand what conflict resolution applies between these two cells. Maybe it's the order that the grid is evaluated in, and this cell announces its decision to go here before this cell decides what to do? That seems plausible. A way to avoid conflicts. But I don't know the rules for that. I also don't know how to, like... decide what to specialize into. Do I? Well, I guess this is okay. I can basically have these guys who see the metal and therefore know where they belong specialize first. And have that propagate back by saying, oh, if there's muscle to the left of you, your job must be to become muscle. That won't ever happen to these guys. And then I'll say, well, if you didn't find any muscle to the left of you, but you do find some above or below you, then it must be the case that you're supposed to be bone, right? So that seems okay. So, new rule. If you see metal left, right, or above you, turn into muscle, I think. So we're going to need 3 rules for that, obviously. So if you're a seed, and left of you, well, yeah, it doesn't matter what order, I guess. If you see metal, then turn into flesh, which is this one? No. Okay, turn into the kind of fleshy super class here. That's fine. And then copy this rule again, but for above and below. Then we can say... why does this one get transformed first? Oh, because it spreads there first. Okay. If you see... well, if you are already weird flesh, then turn into muscle. Or generic flesh? I don't know. Turn into muscle. If you see to the left of you weird flesh, base flesh, you should yourself turn into base flesh. Good. Gonna have to get this guy. This guy is tricky. I didn't think of that. How do we get this to turn into muscle before it decides it should turn into bone? Because the next thing I was going to do is say, oh, well, if you've looked at all these possibilities and you see muscle above you, then turn into bone. I see there are numerous places that wouldn't work, though, huh? Like, even right here, it would be broken. This guy would turn into bone before he gets the news that he should be muscle from the left. Huh. So again, it might be the case that you aren't yet supposed to spread out into the exact right shape until you've done some specializing. Like, maybe we're supposed to somehow spread left and turn into bone first, and then have everything else happen and turn into muscle. How would that work? We could obviously have the first rule be spread left if you can. And then if there's seed to the right of you, turn into bone. Fine. That gets this row. But then you need a rule. It's like, okay, well, I'll try going up. And this guy will try going left. And he'll see, oh, there's a seed to the right of me. I should turn into bone. But no. So, okay, after we spread left and turn into bone, before we spread up or down, we should specialize from seed into flesh, right? And then we can have whatever rules we want for flesh and not risk them getting confused with the rules for bone. So I think that's the way to go, is actually extend the middle finger first and then specialize so we can have different sets of instructions. Okay. So can I throw away all of this stuff somehow? Okay, so this is like my first attempt and this is my second attempt, I guess. Fine. My second save slot. So rule 1, first of all, start here. Rule 1, if you are a seed and you can spread left, you should do so. Rule 2, if you are a seed and to the right of you is another seed, then you should specialize to... Is this one bone? Uh-oh. Okay, if there's anything to the right of you, you should specialize to bone. That seems to work out. I don't totally understand what happened here. Okay, we spread left, and then we spread left again. This guy spread left at the same time that this guy said, oh, I should turn into bone. And so this guy was like, oh, well, there's not a seed next to me. I won't turn into bone. Okay, fine. And we need a very simple rule, which is if you're already like lame bone, turn into cool bone, right? Cool. Now, we can say, if you're a seed, and to the left of you is a bone, then, brother, you gotta turn yourself into flesh. And then we can start having rules for flesh. Say, if you're flesh, prefer always to go left if you can. At the moment, we won't be able to, but that's what we want our default to be. If you can't go left, you should go up. Why did this not work? I guess it's better to go up first, right? This comes out the same. Something's wrong here. What the hell is this rule? If you're a seed with a bone to the left of you, turn into flesh. Why is this... Shouldn't this be over here? So try to go up before you try to go left. That's better. And even as well, you should prefer to go down over any of those things. Now we've made the beautiful shape. And then we can say if none of this is true, then you should become a muscle. Oops. Become a muscle. Oh, so good. Look at that. And it actually took us till this very last step here, interestingly. What would happen if it had taken longer? Oh, no. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I meant. It's like 20 minutes or something. But we get to hear another weird interlude here. You must face the unspeakable if you wish to progress along this path. You must work the forbidden art if you wish to progress along this path. You must eliminate your mind if you wish to progress along this path. Okay, no thanks. Alright, well we made it through the first 6... I don't even know what to call this game. The first 6 puzzles in this game. The Forbidden Path. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.